Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast, episode number 61. I'm Andy Strickland. That's Cam Jansen.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
What up?
You are
gonna ask me something?
Wearing possibly the ugliest shirt I've ever seen
It's
today.
a spitting chickled shirt.
Is that what that is? Oh my God, I apologize.
They fucking gave
I'm
it to me.
sorry about that. It doesn't even say that on there.
It does on the side. Pink Whitney right here, baby.
Oh, how about
I'll give
that?
him a fucking shout out.
That is a beautiful shirt.
Yeah. I like free shit.
I said you look like a professional tennis player when you wear that.
I'll take that as a compliment.
And it's got the Puma on the other sleeve.
Yeah.
What's up with you? Everything good?
I mean, great question to start off. Is everything good? Yeah, I'm fucking good. You're hanging out. No, wait. What a lazy fucking question. Is everything good? I see you every goddamn day. I talk to you 8 hours a day. What kind of stupid ass question is that? You know more about me than I know about me.
How you feeling
lazy
today?
Questions.
How you feeling today?
I'm all right.
You get a lot of reaction off your little excursion with YP?
Yeah. They got hundreds of thousands and shit. I don't know. Is that good? Is that good for them? I don't know. Should it be millions?
Why didn't you have a life jacket on, dude?
Because I'm not a nerd, dude.
Well, you said that you could fall in the water and it'll suck you under right away.
Yeah, but I'm an athlete.
Can you swim?
Am I going to fall in because I'm like dysfunctional when I'm walking around a boat? No. And if I do fall in, I'm one of those athletes that'll dig myself out of that fucking jam. I've done it before. I could do it again. You, on the other hand, if you fell in, those fucking fish that we're catching would fucking eat you alive.
What are those, catfish?
I don't know.
20-pounders?
20. I think I got a 25-pounder. That's pretty good.
No, you didn't have 25.
Oh, really? Were you there?
No, but I watched the video.
It said 25 pounds on it.
I think he had 20 pounds. That was the heaviest fish you guys caught.
No, that's the heaviest fish he caught. The professional fisherman. I caught the 25-pound one.
No,
yeah, I did.
He had the fish that weighed the most.
Oh, you were there, weren't you?
No,
that's
I
right.
watched the video.
I forgot about it. You were there.
Well, the 25-pounder didn't make the video.
Well, why didn't it?
I don't know.
God damn it, YP would have got 1 million views if the 25-pounder would have
didn't make the video. So if you had a 25-pounder, it wasn't in
there.
there.
Look, they're all heavy. They're all too heavy for you to reel in.
Who goes fishing on the Mississippi River?
These guys do. It's crazy. I get scared on that fucking river, man. I've had some weird jams on that river with my boat that I don't have anymore. Now I'm on a canoe. If you want to remind me about that again, we could talk about that. I don't have a boat anymore, but I did, and I brought it on that bad boy, and I got myself with some jams. It is a horrifying river. Scary.
Would you ever eat a fish out of that river?
Yeah, dude. I mean, if I had to, I would.
Well, I'm not saying if you have to. Just would you? Like, would you go to a restaurant? On the menu, would it say fresh out of the Mississippi?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a turnoff, man. I saw a dead body floating by.
Those are some fat-ass fish.
Fuck yeah.
Like
slimy.
Their bellies are huge.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it gross to? I think
it's gross. I hate
one of them.
I'm not a fisherman. He's fucking chirping me the whole time, and I'm like, dude, I'm talking to your little intern over here, who's like, 20 years old, and he's asking me questions. I'm gonna talk to him.
Right.
He got, his girlfriend broke up with him, and I'm fucking giving him advice, and then YP's yelling at me to fucking get in the game. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm giving advice out like Dr. Phil.
His friend broke up with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
You're giving advice.
Yes.
What kind of advice do you offer in that situation?
Go fuck everything you see kind of thing. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Go make money, dude. I said this to him. I go, don't. Girls, they're a dime a dozen, man. Mm-hmm. You just worry about yourself. You're a young kid.
Was he
You're
upset?
Smart. I think he was a little banged up by it, but I go, why? You're successful already. You're going to make money. You know how you get back at your ex-girlfriend? Go be successful. You're too young for who's she dating? Some nerd boy. Now you get driven, find a way to be successful, and that's how you shove it. Don't fucking send tweets out. Don't do this, don't do that. Do it by fucking making a ton of money and do whatever the hell you want and having another dime piece on the side of you, baby.
That's good.
That's what you do.
That's good
be
advice.
Be successful.
That's good
and
advice.
Be sweet to everybody.
Be nice to people.
Be nice to girls. Be confident, but be nice to them. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be a dick. We've seen those guys at the bar that are fucking dicks.
I know it.
I play with guys like that, Andy,
yeah.
that just don't know how to do it. They're just fucking assholes.
Former players.
Yeah,
I've seen them be assholes at the bar.
I'm like, whoa.
But the girls don't walk away. They don't leave.
Yeah, they do.
Stick around.
The cool ones leave. Are you kidding? What fucking cool chick is going to be? I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're a dick to them, they're going to be like, fuck you.
Did you play with a lot of guys like that?
Yeah.
Or who just thought they were cooler than shit?
No, it's more they're bad drunks. No, it's more they're bad drunks.
Well, let me finish my question.
Go ahead.
They just weren't. They didn't treat women the way they probably should have, and they would have maybe had a little more success in the wheeling department.
Look, I started doing that. I first signed at 18, in Windsor. I had a big truck. I went to high school. I thought I was the fucking coolest thing in the world. I first started getting attention in my life, had a little bit of money in my life, a little bit of fame in my own little bubble world that I lived in. And I didn't know how to react to girls, especially these down-to-earth, blue-collared girls from Windsor. They're like, Cam, I don't give a shit about your money. I don't care. Just be nice. Be normal. And I'm like, oh, okay. But at the beginning, I'm like, fucking buying, just trying to show off a little too much. And I saw guys throughout my career. I learned then that you don't need to do that shit. And now I'm playing with guys a little bit older, and they're just fucking dicks.
So
and
what
you're
you
like, whoa.
get? You got your signing bonus when you were playing junior?
Yeah.
92,000, whatever?
$200,000, baby.
Oh, 200,000.
I was a fourth round. Yeah, that's when the signing bonus was pretty big, yeah.
One fat check, 200,000.
No, $50,000 a piece. $50,000 cut up, accumulated in 4
years.
No, 1 year, 4 separate checks in 1 year
Over the course of the year.
Over the course of the year.
So each quarter, essentially, you get
$50,000 a
$50,000.
piece, 50 G's. When you never had anything.
Would that go straight in your bank account, or what were you
account?
What were you doing with it?
Bank account?
Is that a bad question?
Shit.
What are you doing with it?
Fucking taking the boys out every fucking night. Taking the boys out. Bought a car, and then it's gone. And then I wait for the other one, and then I take the boys out. And then when I get home
so
in
you
the
didn't
summer,
have anybody helping you out with that?
No, I mean, I gave my parents, they were in big time debt. We paid off a little bit of debt here. It wasn't that much money. Like, don't get me wrong, but in our little world, it was you never made any money, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I got $50,000, which is really like $30,000.
What I'm asking is it like automatically like direct deposited in your account?
Yeah, they give you a check and put it right in your account.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why the hell?
Question? Why would you ask that fucking question?
Does it go straight into your account?
No,
and you're like,
no, it comes from the sky. And what the fuck do you think?
Like, do they put it or how?
They send you a check and you put it in your account, Andy.
Okay, for 200. So 4 different payments. 4 different payments.
Yeah.
And your agent, nobody's like saying, hey, here's what we should do with the money.
Of course they are. Look, I use a lot of it to pay for my trainer, to pay for shit like that. It's a long summer. That money goes by quick. Yeah. Especially, like, it goes by quick. You pay for your trainer.
Prospects, hey, draft picks aren't getting that much money for the signing bonus at all.
Fourth rounders? Hell no. You're getting $50,000.
They're getting, well, a first round pick will get, I think, $92,500 spread out. Well, they get a check for $92,500 for 3 years in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a top, 15
top pick.
Yeah, top 15 pick or whatever.
Before they
back
signed.
then, I told you I was playing with Spez and Stevie Ott. They signed for $1 million signing bonus.
Did.
$1 million.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit, you're 17 years old. You're looking across the street where Otter lives, and he got a brand new Escalade when they first came out, and you're like, oh my God, this is fucking real.
Was Otter good to you?
Yeah, he was. I was loud.
I feel like you're kind of like,
well, he was a dick.
It's a little wishy-washy. Like you're a little intimidated by Otter.
I was at the time. He was the big dog. Oh, I'll smack his. What the fuck? I chased him around, and we got to get him on. By the way, I got to talk to Doug Armstrong. Dude. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Otter will come on, and if he was allowed to come on, he would have been.
I know
on
he
already.
would. I love him.
Yeah,
he was hard on me as he should have been, but he didn't lock me in a fucking bathroom. They didn't do any of that bullshit, fuck hazing shit.
You ever get hazed?
Hell, no, not really, man. I really didn't. If I didn't want to do something, I wouldn't have done it. And if the guys that respected us enough to where, no, go dress like a girl and we'll go bowling. Like, fuck yeah, I'll do that. Give a shit. I'll go bowling dressed like a chick if everybody else is. But no one stuffed us in the locker room, pissed on us. That bullshit. Not fucking ever. Nobody. That's all about your leaders. It's who your leadership group is at the time. That's it. You got a bunch of fuck boys up there that aren't going to make the show, but they think they're fucking cool because they have a fucking power authority over you because they're older. And even if they're 3 years older in that little gap, when you're playing juniors, they own you. They own you. And they know they're gone anyway, so they can be the biggest dick in the world. What the fuck's going to happen to them? Nothing. So it's all about your leadership group in juniors. Who's the fucking weirdos? Who are the cool cats?
How many years were you there with Spezza?
Just one.
Just 1 year?
He got traded, too, for Kyle Wellwood. But he was a sweetheart.
Wellwood
man.
wasn't a bad player. You know, Wellwood came
great in junior.
to St. Louis for like a day or two.
He was.
Oh yeah, he was always a little bit out of shape.
I'm going to call him out right now, and I like him. I love the Welly. We partied. He was fun as shit. He's from Windsor area, I think, too. I remember going on a road trip one time, and Welly goes, "I'm sick. I can't go." And we're like, okay. Our best fucking player traded Jason Spezza for Kyle Wellwood. And we're like, what the fuck? You okay? We leave the rink in the bus. And we look over, and there's Welly in his piece of shit fucking BMW they had from 1979 that we all knew it's him. He had the only weird BMW in the whole fucking city, and he's with like 6 people jammed in that, all cruising by.
Really?
Yep. We're like, what the fuck is that?
Did they stop the bus?
No, they were going one way. We're like, there's Willie, that motherfucker. Oh yeah, he'll fucking admit it. He was wild, dude. He didn't have any guidance. He was so good.
He was a pretty good player.
He was a great player. He was sloppy looking. He didn't give a shit about anything. I liked him as a person. I hated him as a player.
Really?
Yeah, man. Fucking hated that. He could have dominated, and he just didn't have it.
So you're saying you hated him because he had so much potential, and
he was
fulfilled
lazy.
it.
Oh God, he would admit it. He's a great guy. I hate it because I'm so the opposite of that. Like I'm just so like I would never do that. I would never call. I'm always on time for shit. I might not sleep the night before. Hell, I might not sleep that whole weekend. I'm still getting there, man. Like I'm still gonna suck it up. So he was just kind of the opposite of that. Doesn't mean he's a bad guy. I just hated his work ethic. That's all. Hated it.
He played just under 500 games.
Yeah.
And he scored just under 100 goals. A couple years. I thought he had some good years a couple times.
Vancouver, maybe.
Winnipeg, he had 18 one year. Vancouver, he had 18.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't bad in Toronto.
Yeah, but he's a top 2 line, though, so he needs to score 20 to stay in the league.
5th round pick. I'm surprised he would do that, man. It wasn't like he was like a 1st round pick.
Well,
where he was guaranteed to go to the show and have a long career.
Dude, he put up 120 points every year. So, like, okay, fine, he's not a 5th round pick, but there's a reason why he's a 5th round pick. Mm-hmm. And it had nothing to do with his skill set. It's everything else. He should have been a 1st rounder. Look at his numbers.
Yeah,
fucking
he
dominated.
He put up some big numbers in junior.
So the fucking everybody's like, dude, he's lazy, and he was.
He had 118 points one year,
he's
100 another year.
Yeah,
but I'm surprised.
A lot of guys like that, Andy.
All I'm saying is, you're right, man. There's a lot of guys who put up unbelievable numbers in junior. Even guys who are 4th line players in the National Hockey League. That's what I find amazing.
Brad May
is guys you see that are 4th line players or hardly hanging on in the National Hockey League, and you look at their numbers from junior.
They dominate.
Like even Tyson Nash, he scored 34 goals one year in junior.
Yeah, but he was skilled enough to do that, and he found his role. But here's what happens.
But what I mean, I bring him up because I'll never forget in the dressing room years ago, Mike Keane, when he played for the Blues for a very short period of time.
Yeah, I know, Keener.
He didn't believe Tyson Nash that he scored 34 goals in junior, and they brought out the big record book,
Yeah.
They brought out the record book and looked up Tyson Nash, and he's like, see, they played on some of those great Kamloops teams too,
with Tux and all the boys. They won 3 in a row. Yeah. But Chaser put 30 goals up in the American League.
He scored 20 in the American League, yeah.
20 in the American League.
Or the IHL, whatever.
So these guys go to junior, they hit puberty, they dominate. But then you're playing against 35-year-old men in the best league in the world.
Yeah.
And you think, well, I could fucking toe drag. No, you fucking can't.
Kyle Wellwood got picked up on waivers. I'll never forget, true story, my wife's in labor with my oldest kid, Chloe, and I'm getting text messages from a source that the Blues have just claimed Kyle Wellwood. He's at the game, and they're going to make the announcement the next day. And so my wife's like giving birth, and I'm getting this text, and I'm in like, oh man, do I break this story? Or I gotta wait, man. I can't be doing this right now.
Fuck that, break it. Now Twitter was around.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I went ahead and put it out.
Did you put it out there while
Hell yeah.
Poor Chloe's like
Hell
screaming.
Yeah.
She's screaming out of the womb.
Well, I mean, it was like labor. It wasn't like a
Hold on, honey. Hold on. I gotta get
situation.
this tweet out. Hold on with Chloe. I gotta get this tweet out. You're a dick.
No.
No.
You've never had kids.
No, I know. I fucking wouldn't do that. My phone would be fucking down watching her vagina.
Oh.
I'd be watching her vagina the whole time.
Okay. I was doing that too.
Actually, let me take that back.
Actually, you wouldn't be.
Kate knows it. I'm out of that fucking room. But I don't even want to see that thing come out.
Let me just tell you this, though, just so people realize I'm not a fucking crazy man.
Mm-hmm.
They
think you're crazy.
When they're in labor, it doesn't mean like it's not like a dramatic scene. We're just like sitting there.
If you're a good husband, you'd be staring at the vagina the whole time.
We're just sitting there hanging out. The baby wasn't coming out, nothing like that.
Once the baby starts
there
coming
wasn't
out,
even a doctor in there.
I'm gonzo. Kate, I love you.
Okay,
you're an angel.
Let me ask you this, though. So the doctor wasn't even in there. We're just like hanging out. She was not screaming. She's not in pain.
Yeah, she was. I heard she was.
So, no, she wasn't.
Where's my husband?
So I think I waited. I don't know when I actually tweeted it out, but nonetheless, the next day they announced it. I got it out there, whatever, about Kyle Wellwood while my wife's in labor.
It's not fucking Gretzky coming here.
No, it's not.
You're tweeting about Kyle Wellwood.
But I would never, ever do that today. I would never. I wouldn't do it.
Kate, hold that thought real quick. Hold that child real quick. I gotta tweet some out.
There's no child yet.
Yeah, there is.
I'm just at the hospital.
No, but I'm not watching that go down. No, I'm sitting in the other room for sure, man. I can't do it. I'm a pussy. I'm not watching it.
Where does Alex Ovechkin rank among the best players you've ever seen play?
I've ever seen play, like live, personally, against. I mean, he's top 5, maybe top 3. I mean, Sid, him,
Who's better?
I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm watching this guy last night.
He wasn't even trying.
He's not even trying, dude, and he's in position to score all the time. He just scores whenever he wants. His pass that he made on his assist, this guy just, everyone talks about the Brett Hull record, or not the Brett Hull, but the, Wayne Gretzky all-time goal scorer record, whatever. And, I mean, he just doesn't show any signs of rust or slowing down at all. I don't know if he's going to get there or not. I don't like even talking about it. It is what it is. If he gets there, he does. Yeah, but, I mean, they're only going to talk about it even more. What's going to prevent this guy from getting there?
Injuries.
A pandemic?
Injuries. I mean, a million different things, a million different variables that could happen.
If he stays healthy. What I'm saying is there are no signs of him slowing down.
I know. There's not. So he could do it. He's one of the best of the best. No, he was very hard to deal with, although I wasn't out there against him every time I was out there against fucking Ovi.
It was during warm. It was warm ups.
Oh God, get him off! Gotta call timeout. Jesus, I'm getting the fuck off. Relax. Andy Murray did that more than anybody.
Really?
Pete DeBoer did here and there because it was. Look, Andy, we were already out of the playoffs for the most part. Okay, so you don't need a panic mode when I'm out there against.
So he would do that.
He would do that. Pete DeBoer did it because we were in first place. We need to stay in first place. Blah 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 blah. Bigger reasoning. But when you're already out of the fucking loop, and I'm out there, and you are screaming at me to get off, having a fucking heart attack for me to get off the ice because Datsyuk came on. I'm looking at you like what do you want me to do?
So, like, the play is going on. It's not at the face-off, right?
The play is going on, and he's screaming at me. Cam! I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm coming.
Hitch would have done that to you, too.
Bless America. I got fucking people in the stands watching me. My family.
Your family. 3 people.
3 people in the stands. Anyway, it's just fucking embarrassing.
All I'm saying is, man, I mean, I don't like to get into the historical context too much, but just watching this guy play again, and I know it's exhibition and whatever, but this guy is just a freak of nature.
He's good, man. And I tell you what, Tampa Bay looks good. Florida Panthers look terrible. Florida has less Instagram followers than the Seattle Kraken. And everybody's like, what the fuck's that mean, Cam? He give a fuck about Instagram. What the fuck do you think it means?
They're less popular already.
They're less popular
than the Seattle Kraken.
What the fuck are you doing down there? Irrelevant. You're the fucking irrelevant. Get the fuck out of that fucking state.
You'd rather play in Arizona than
I'd rather play
Florida?
I'd rather play I don't know. They both suck. I feel bad for Clayton Keller too. At least he has, I guess, a chance. I don't know. They both have a chance to do whatever they want. Look, if I keep chirping them, they probably win the Stanley Cup, which would be the worst thing ever for hockey.
Florida's got some players, man.
They both have players. I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about the organization. No one even thinks about Florida. No one even thinks about
Florida
Arizona.
has better players than Arizona.
I think you're right on that.
They do.
Who's more relevant as far as like popularity?
I think Florida's more relevant.
Holy
because
shit.
Barkov, because Bobrovsky, because Joel Quenneville, they're more relevant.
You're hidden down there, dude, and they don't even.
What, you talking about in their towns?
Yeah,
and they're probably equal.
Right, equal.
Nobody
Nothing.
knows who the hell either of them. I've talked to Keller about that.
It's
no,
terrible.
he never gets recognized.
No,
ever.
No.
Austin Matthews goes back there in the summer. He's from there, but one of the biggest stars in the NHL, and nobody recognizes his ass either.
Unless you take your pants off next to somebody.
Yeah, well, that was overblown.
Well, that was pretty fucking dumb on his part.
It was. But
you don't. What are you doing? You chirping a girl that's sitting in there at parking
I don't
security?
remember the whole story.
Oh, I had to talk about it on TSN, so I do know the story. And he kind of like banged
Wasn't it
on
like a security guard?
Yeah, they're in a hotel or apartment complex with like 5 other dudes.
Are you really bringing this up again? This poor guy. I mean, like, he paid his dues.
Guy.
I think he paid his dues, didn't he?
You brought it up. I'm just saying that no one even recognized him unless you kind of show your butt off to a security girl.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
He's a good player. I'm not chirping him that, but that was just dumb.
Great player,
I actually stuck up for him and said, yeah, you don't take the captain away
I
from him.
didn't really remember the
it's all
story.
good, man.
I've done dumber things
than that.
Long time ago.
No one.
Well, it was a while. Well, that's a while ago.
Oh, I thought you meant like 10 years ago.
Coming from you, I'm surprised you go after him like that.
I didn't go after him.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. I don't really care, to be
honest with you. Nobody does.
I mean, what do you want me to do?
You may have to edit this out.
Fuck that, man. Like, people chirp me all the time for shit I did. I'll admit all my shit. I fucked up way worse than that. Let's not going to talk about it.
Hey, Car Shield, man.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of not fucking up, they don't fuck up.
No, they don't fuck up.
No. You fuck up and they fix your fuck up.
You know that they were just, and I'm going to localize this here for a minute, because Car Shield is located in Missouri here in St. Louis, and just named the #1 workplace, I believe, to work in St. Louis during a pandemic.
If I'm trying
the
to get
employees
a job,
love them.
If I'm trying to get a job, if I'm a young kid, I see this company, how fucking they just blast off. They're huge. They're gigantic. They love hockey. I'd be like, yeah, oh yeah, you're ranked #1. Oh, I'm going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would at least try it out. It might not be my cup of tea, but you're going to make money because they make money, and you're going to have a nice environment, and that is key, especially from a female, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
You know what I'm talking about with that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
We've seen that firsthand.
But again, how they handled a pandemic to keep their business afloat,
damn, man,
and to treat their employees the right way to where their employees are being like, hey, this is the place I want to work.
Adapt to the situation. That's
right.
what they did.
800-857-2481. Get your protection. Visit carshield.com today. Use the promo code CAM. You're going to save 10%. Again, if you have a computer that goes out, an engine that goes out, anything that you don't expect with your vehicle could cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. Be sure you're protected with carshield.com. You can take it to wherever you want. Get the rental car. They'll pay for that as well. A small free fee per month. Again, 800-857-2481, carshield.com. How about gadgetbuyback.com and gadgetlabmobile.com? You can check out either website. Again, if you have a computer, cracked screen, maybe an Apple Watch, could be a phone, and your phone isn't working the way that it should be because you have a cracked screen, you know who's going to pay you top dollar to not only buy it from you and make sure you can upgrade your device, they can also fix it for you.
Yeah.
If you're in the St. Louis area, head to their store in Oakville. They'll fix it while you wait, or you can send it to them. Just call them today. They'll give you all the information you need. 877-772-8880. Again, gadgetbuyback.com. We love our friends over there.
Damn right.
At Gadget Lab.
Hard-working people over there, man.
No doubt about it.
St. Louis boys right
How
there.
about hockeytraining.com? I want to talk about the parents this week for hockeytraining.com.
Oh, God.
Because the parents, they're the ones that are going to end up buying this for their kids.
Yeah.
If you're a hockey parent, why do you go to hockeytraining.com?
Well, it simplifies everything, Andy. It simplifies everything. They tell you exactly what to do, okay? Makes it easier for you. You don't have to go to a gym. You drop your kid off. I'm going to take my kid to a gym that I'm paying for. You know what he does when he walks
in traffic.
Listen to me. You know what you do when you drop your kid off at the gym? He creeps out all the chicks in there and doesn't get shit done. That's what he's doing. All he does is stand around, looks at chicks. Because when you go to a gym like that, man, I hate working out in front of females, too, because I'm sweaty and gross and shit. I like to do everything myself. A couple of guys. It's not a fucking fashion contest. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to get my shit fucking done. And this simplifies everything. You drop your kid off at Gold's Gym. He's going to walk in there and seriously stare at all the hot fucking dime pieces cruising around. He ain't going to get shit done. He might get a number, but if he's not jacked, your girl's not going to call you anyway. So get jacked, and they'll hook you up.
Yeah, check out hockeytraining.com. I think you called him Ryan last time. It's actually Dan, by the way.
That was probably you, but I'm bad at that, man.
So,
I call her
listen,
my dude.
No, I know. Let Dan and Kevin hook it up for you. Again, if you're a men's league player, too.
Oh, man.
This is perfect for you. Just get yourself set up so you can train like a hockey player for the first time ever, and you're not going to bring your team down when you go to the rink on Tuesday or Wednesday night to go skate.
They don't even want you there.
No.
When you walk in the locker room, everyone's like, ah, fuck. They're not saying, fuck, I love this guy. No, like, fuck, this guy sucks. And you might be a good guy, but if you suck at hockey, I still don't want you out there. Still don't. That's how I felt on every single team I played for. Don't feel that way. It's not a good feeling.
It's not a good feeling.
It's not a good feeling. Like, oh, cool. Okay. No, they weren't that bad. But I'm saying, though, with the men's league, these guys are like, oh, you're going to take 3-minute shifts, and you're not like, fuck you. Start training.
No doubt about it. All right, Bellman.com, BEHLMANN.com. Check out their pre-owned inventory. Always have tons of new inventory as well. Cadillac, Buick, GMC on one side of the street. On the other side, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Yeah. Easy to get to right there in Troy, Missouri. But again, check out their website, Bellman.com. Hook yourself up with a new Escalade, maybe a pink Jeep like Cam.
Yeah.
2 doors, small wheels, AM radio, hard top, or soft top. What are you going with?
I don't like anything hard. I want soft. I want small wheels. Oh, AM radio.
Why are you talking like that? Nothing wrong with the pink Jeep.
No. I'm not talking like anything. I'm not talking like anything. I want the pinkness.
Yes. Bellman.com. We're going to head over there very soon
to
check out
great
that
people.
Incredible spot. Again, only place you should be looking at if you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle or a brand new vehicle.
Absolutely.
Bellman.com. Say what up to our boy Dan longtime hockey
Big
supporter
Dan.
here in St. Louis. Cam, I got breaking news.
What?
Breaking news.
What?
New sponsor alert.
Oh, damn, dude. Hooking it up.
Okay. I don't know why I saved it for last, but I just wanted to kind of like let people know that Bud Light Seltzer is now an official sponsor and the official seltzer of the Cam and Strick Podcast.
Woo!
I mean, these guys are unbelievable. 4 delicious fruit flavors. Which is your favorite, Cam? Is it black cherry, strawberry, lemon, lime, or mango?
Mango.
You like the mango? Only 100 calories, 5% alcohol, less than a gram of sugar. You might as well have a few tonight.
Oh, I will.
Or over the weekend.
Look, these are the best when you're down at the lake, you're on the boat. You're chilling out. It's easy. You don't feel bloated. It still gets you drunk. And you hang out on the water with your friends, and you don't feel like when you walk out with your shirt off, you don't feel that bloatedness where you got to wear a shirt in the pool. Don't be a loser like that. I'm keeping my shirt on because all this other stuff is building me up, and I'm bloated. Don't be that guy. Shirt in the pool. That's probably what you do, Andy.
No, I never wore a shirt in the pool. But it's not a
You
bad
know what I'm
idea.
talking. Why is that a bad? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Wearing a shirt in the pool is not a bad
I've
idea.
never worn the shirt in the pool.
You're not going to get, wear a shirt in the pool and see if you don't get made fun of. Seriously.
Bud Light Seltzer, though, man. Easy drinking, Cam.
It is very easy.
Drinking, hard seltzer. Like I mentioned, 4 different flavors: strawberry, lemon, lime, mango, or black cherry. Only 100 calories. You don't need to wear a shirt if you're drinking this.
That's
like
what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah,
You're not bloated, dude.
Yeah, feeling good.
Yeah, man. Damn
Love
good
having
stuff. Love
Bud
'em.
Light Seltzer on board with us here on the Cam and Strick Podcast.
Yeah.
All right, this is episode number 61. Ryan Smyth, dude, Captain Canada. This guy is beyond legit. Never said no to his home country, man.
No, he didn't. God, how much skating did he do over his career? He played so many games. He played in a lot of games. I know he got banged up here and there. Then every single year, I felt like he had to go overseas and play in some tournament where we're like, dude, is your wife? You don't need to see your family. The point is, he loves the game.
Yep.
Loves the game.
Really loves the game and had a beautiful rink in his house in Edmonton. It's on the market right now. I think $7.5 million. Somebody needs to eat that up. I don't know why it's sitting there on the market.
Well, he's in Nashville.
How nice
right now.
must it be? How nice is your house if it's $7.5 million in Edmonton, Alberta?
That thing is a compound, dude. In Edmonton, like holy cow.
What's the cost of living in Edmonton?
That thing's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if you could even spend $7 million in Edmonton. I thought
apparently you
even
can't.
$7 million in
It's
the
sitting
poor
there on the
part of
market.
Ladue. But he's a great guy. What a cool cat, man. I met him
cool.
down in Nashville.
Great flow, by the way.
Great flow. I hated the Yaffa helmet he wore. I had to chirp him a little bit.
Is it
for
Yofa
that.
or
I call it a
Yaffa?
Yaffa. I call it a Yaffa. It's Jofa, but I call it a Yaffa. I hated guys that wore it, but I like this guy. Chaser looked goofy wearing it. Ryan Smyth looks like a stud.
Yeah, and he was skilled, man. Great, hard to handle in front of the net. Scores some goals, and just a legend up there in Edmonton. We're glad we got him on, and we talk a little Nail Yakupov as well. We get into that. One of their several first overall picks they had in Edmonton. But enjoy this, man. This is Ryan Smyth. Truly is a legend, man. One of the greatest players of his era. Olympic gold medalist. Won a gold in the World Juniors as well, and represented Canada a ton throughout the course of his career. Really, really strong, solid hockey player. With us now, Ryan Smyth on this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast. What the hell are you doing, Ryan, in Nashville? What led to you moving there? And do people even know Cam? You think they know that this guy lives in Nashville, Tennessee?
Yes, they do know. I saw the women flocking to him when we were down at Nashville fantasy camp.
Well, now everybody's going to know. Jeez. Everybody watches your show or listens to you guys. So, no, what brought us down here? We just took a leap of faith, try something different. We thought of Colorado because we obviously played there. And we came down to visit a couple of friends and obviously fell in love with it. So, it's a beautiful place to live. Very hot right now.
How's the COVID down there? Is everybody? I see like different mixed reviews where some places will be packed, other places not packed. Are they shutting things down?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of mixture. Respect the people that have, asked for the masks and stuff like that. I think most masks are required, but for the most part, it's pretty respectable down here. Easy going. Get your essentials that you need, and stick to whatever you need to do. So
what do you have there in Nashville? You got a lot of land. You have acreage. I mean, do you have lots of space to spread out and just stick around and not have to leave your compound, or what?
I do have a guitar, but no, I don't know how to play it. The space we got here is 8 acres.
Wow!
So we got quite a bit of space, and 4 kids. Keeps us busy. One is a hockey nut. Actually, 2 of them. My oldest daughter, she's 17, and she plays high school hockey. Obviously, that's still up in the air with how things are going to transpire with schooling front. But my boy, he's a hockey nut with the junior Preds, and I got two other girls that keep us busy. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I've heard that you had a boy who was playing. It's good to hear that your daughter plays too, and everybody's into the game. I want to go back though to Colorado or Tennessee. Like, what was the deciding factor? Because
Colorado's nice.
Oh my
man.
God, man!
I know.
If you can pick and choose where you want to go, and you played there,
dude.
So what was the deciding factor? What gave Nashville the edge?
Well, growing up in Banff, Alberta, I had the mountains, so it was really hard to say no to the mountains. We just felt that this is something totally off the beaten path for both of us, and we just felt that this was the right fit. When we first came down here for 4 days, we came to visit, like I said, some friends, and then we looked around at that time, and then got online and started looking even more, and then came back. And but yeah, it was a tough one. It was although Colorado has expanded.
Yes.
Essentially huge.
A lot of people there, lots of traffic. But Tennessee's kind of getting like that too, Smitty. Like, I mean,
people are moving down
there's
there.
A ton of people there too, aren't there?
Yeah, it's the new Vegas if you want to get into it downtown. Although it's 10 o'clock is shut down, but because of the quarantine. But yeah, no, it's there is quite a few people moving down here. What they could use is more rinks. I'm not going to lie to you. I know that facility out there in St. Louis is beautiful. We were there last year, and it was a lot of fun. Beautiful facility.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. And are you coaching? Are you like knee deep in this youth hockey stuff? Because I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice when you say your kid's a hockey nut. That means that you're a youth hockey nut now, Ryan.
Well, I've been out of the game for 6 years now, and I've been ever since. I've just coached, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. You know, passing along to the kids what I learned and what I gained over the course of my career, and just trying to encourage kids to play the game I love, and the game I have a great deal of passion for. And I'm head coach this year, which is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, we're all right to go to whether showcases or tournaments. But hey, we're going to develop the kids as best we can. Weekly practices, that's going to go miles. So yeah, we'll see where it goes.
You like coaching? I mean, you got to think that when your kids get a little bit older, there's got to be an NHL team that would love to have you around and possibly help coach, or maybe even a front office job. Have you ever considered doing that?
I'm not going to say I haven't. I put a few irons in the fire. Early on when I first retired, my first 2 or 3 years, but then I thought, I better settle in and enjoy the kids, because they're going to grow up too quick, and I'm going to miss it. So I took a back seat a little bit to that, and I've got a few irons still in the fire just to keep it going. I mean, like I said, I have a great deal of passion for it. Would I love to get back involved in the NHL side of it? Absolutely, but I don't want to rush and make the wrong decision and rash decision. I want to make sure that it's right for my wife and myself.
He's got 8 acres, Cam.
Dude, I know.
You think this guy wants to do a damn thing? I mean, he's just chilling. He's sprawling out right now.
That's my follow-up question, though, Smitty. I'm like, why even want to do that? Like, it's just all you're doing is traveling. Like, how much hockey have you played in the past 25 years? Good God almighty. Even in the summer you're playing. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the one thing is you don't retire to get back involved, to travel again. And absolutely take some time to get away from the planes. And although I've traveled more with my son than I actually did when I played, so it's crazy. Down here in the South, it is a little different from that side of it, but all in all, it's coming, it's growing.
I'm surprised you're not living in Edmonton. You know, I thought you'd want to be able to live there where you can just have dinner by yourself. Nobody bothers you. Nobody would know who you are. And you just stay there and enjoy the do they have sunshine there? I mean, tell me about Edmonton. What's the weather?
Right now they do,
And it's the hub city, man. And they have something going for them. So what's your did you ever consider staying there? Seriously?
We did. We moved back from LA. My last year of the Colorado deal, played out that last year, and then signed 3 more years with the Oilers at that time. And we were building our retirement home. We had a nice 1.5 acre lot in the city, overlooking the city. It was beautiful. It's a beautiful city. We have 3 of our kids were born in Edmonton. No bad things on that front. I just felt it was right for our family to take a leap of faith and try something different.
What was it like playing there, though? I mean, honestly, Nandy was joking about you not being recognized. You couldn't even go anywhere, could you? I mean, even walking down the street, people know you did that wear on you at all?
Yeah, a little bit at times. I mean, I felt like I knew every single fan. That's how I put it. I mean, I played 14 and a half years of my my career there, and I mean, I enjoyed every single minute of it. The fans were electrifying. It is a small little bubble, and a lot of the teams are in that bubble right now. But saying that, it just it was just the right thing that when we'd go out for dinner, people wouldn't give that little extra boundary, and that wears on you a bit, but all in all, it just, you just deal with it as best you can.
I want to go back to your junior hockey days playing in the WHL because it's interesting. Like, we're talking to you. You had a great career. You weren't even the best Smith on your junior team. Oh, Ryan. I mean, come on. Your brother was the leading scorer. I mean, looking at the stats right now, was he a good player or what?
He was unreal. And the reason why I say that, his size was, for as big as he was, he could skate. He reminded me of like a guy like John LeClair, a guy that could skate for how big he was, but boy, he could protect that puck and take that puck to the net better than anybody. And he had a short career, 50, I think it was 53 games or 51 games in the NHL with the Hartford Whalers. He lost his eye playing professional hockey in the Orlando with the Orlando Solar Bears. So that was East Coast hockey. But no, he was a big mentor for me. He pushed me. I mean, that's what brothers do. Give him a lot of credit. He was a great brother.
So you mean he lost his eye? I mean, did he just lose his vision, or did he really lose his eye?
He really lost his eye. He was standing in front of the net, and one of his defensemen shot the puck, and another defenseman in front of him tipped the puck up and went right up underneath. Oh. And the retina detached from the main eye, and they did orbital bone surgery, eye surgery in New York. And actually, I talked to Neil Smith, the GM of the Rangers at the time, and he said we were going to trade for him the next day.
Oh my God almighty. That happens all the time, though. Like,
I know.
Like, not necessarily losing your eye, but Colin White had it happen. Al McInnes, right? Remember correctly?
It happened to Al McInnes. That's how his career ended, man. I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often.
I know.
I mean, and Pronger, actually, it's kind of how his career came to an end after he took a stick in the eye. So I want to go back to your time in the WHL, though. Playing for Mike Babcock, I mean, as a junior coach, did you get along with him? You got to give us one or two Babcock stories. What was he like as a coach?
I really liked Babs. I thought he was intense, knew the game inside and out. That's why he's been so successful, for sure. But one of the I'll tell a good story. He would Curtis Brown and I. He was drafted by the Buffalo Sabres, and I was obviously drafted by the Oilers at the same time. And we were 16 coming into Moose Jaw, and Babs was our coach at the time, and we had some pretty decent 20-year-old veterans, 19-year-olds too, that deserved the ice time. So Babs would say, Smitty Brownie on the side, Junior Smitty, because Kevin was, obviously playing at the time. And we'd sit standing either at the middle of the bench between the forwards and the D, or we'd be by the goalie that's running the gate. And I was like, okay, we're just 16. We're eager and excited anytime we get the tap. And then finally he'd tap us both. All right, let's go. So, I mean, he knew players very well. He had good instincts, and knew how to push guys through practices and in games. So, I mean, I really enjoyed him. My first and only year with him.
The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield. Nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and right off the bat you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now back to the interview. Did he ever try to trade for you in the NHL? Like, did you guys keep in touch? Because looking at your game, you kind of look like you would fit in with the Detroit Red Wings, by the way. You kind of
with the Jofa helmet and the hair and the white skates.
You look like a Red Wing in a way. Did he ever try to get you over there?
Yes, he did. We when I was unrestricted, he made a call, and they were after me. They only wanted a 2-year deal, a 3-year deal, I think was max they would go. And obviously Colorado was willing to give 5. And, I think term was pretty important at the time for my wife and I. And, you don't get unrestricted free agent too often, although you give up a little bit of term to play with some great players and have a chance of winning the Stanley Cup. Then you got Joe Sakic calling on the other side, hey, Smitty, why don't you come? And they're offering 5 years. Oh, Babcock, Joe Sakic, who do you take, So
Sakic all day. I'm going Sakic on that one.
Sorry, Babs.
Hey, listen, you take that deal in Detroit, you know what? You're sitting on 4 acres right now, not 8.
Yeah, you're right there. Although then Joe Sakic, not that year, but the year after, he puts his finger in a snowblower. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, and then he had to retire, unfortunately.
Is that why he retired?
Really?
Because of the snowblower accident?
Yeah, that was part of it. And then his back. He was getting a little bit he had many years of beating ups, and he deserved it.
God, there were some good players on that team too. Was Forsberg still kicking around? You had some guys on that team, didn't you?
Yeah, Forsberg and Foote came back that second year. We were going to make a push for it, and then Joe got hurt. I got hurt leading into playoffs. Milan Hajduk, he was playing. He was outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
What a player he was.
Forsberg, though, do you see anything like him? I mean, like that guy, just the way his puck protection and the way he hits and just – guy, he was just really, really good. And he took a beating, and it didn't last long because of the way he played. But gosh almighty, he's hard to compare him to anybody else, eh?
No, you're right. You can't compare a guy like that to anybody because he's got a little grit, a lot of grit in his game for as skilled as he is, and he wasn't afraid to go in the corners and muck it up. And you're right. I think he lost a few years because of it, but he was an outstanding hockey player. So
then you go to L.A., and first off, you played in Colorado. You play in one city for so long like you did in Edmonton. I know it was emotional for you to leave to even go to the Islanders, but what's it like after you're an established player, you've been in the league as long as you have been, and all of a sudden you're kind of starting all over again with a new organization? Like, do you ever truly adjust to that when you don't start there as a young kid?
Well, I think that's the whole thing is the adjustment period and realizing that it's a business and instead of this is my favorite team growing up and I don't want to leave. And there's a handful of players that stayed with their same team that they played with from day one. But you start to realize it's a business and you're trying to make the best decision for not only your family, but your family going forward, but for the organization to win a cup. So it was very unsettling, I guess, for the 3 months. But I sure enjoyed playing with a guy like Mike Sillinger,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Did you enjoy playing with Mike Sillinger or going out with Mike Sillinger? Which
in the locker room, Mike Sillinger?
I really do love him. He's a great person, and he made it for me in on the island because, this is my childhood team that I grew up watching, the Edmonton Oilers, and I get traded in 11 and a half years. And now we have a chance to make the playoffs. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he said, Smitty, let's go. Let's play. Let's have some fun. Let's make the playoffs and see where it goes from there. And everybody, and he was on 14 teams or 15 teams. He's got to be up there.
I know. So he went to Nashville from St. Louis, by the way.
Fuck, is he funny, though? He could still fucking wheel around right now.
Unreal.
Oh, my God.
Is he working with the Oilers now? Is that who he's with?
I'm not too sure where he's at. I know that he was he has a couple boys coming up through the system of I think it was in Okanagan.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure.
He was a stud. He was a stud as a young kid, wasn't he?
Yep. Yes, he was. Good face-off guy, and put everything. And that's why he was well liked in the locker room, and everybody wanted him on his team.
Yeah.
Everyone. So
imagine you playing for that many teams. Are explain to people how difficult that is.
And he's got a family too.
It's fucking crazy. You never are comfortable.
No, never. No, but he made a good living at it, and he made it for me down there. I mean, we made it in the last game of the year in a shootout against New Jersey, and New Jersey was already in, I believe, but we ended up, I can't remember who we knocked off to get in. I think it was Toronto.
Wow. Oh my God! Yeah, Toronto was in the
Toronto,
run. Yeah, okay.
And they were so upset at Jersey.
That's awesome.
Toronto media boy.
Who scored the game winner? Was it you or no?
I shot. I didn't score. It was a defenseman came down and put it in. I can't remember who it was. I think it was actually Marc-Andre Bergeron. Bergeron.
I mean, you've played so much hockey. So much hockey. After you play all year, then you go play in these tournaments. Explain, was that difficult for you to go over there and have to reset and then play and the World Championships and all that kind of stuff? And explain that whole situation. What was the best city that you played over there in Europe?
There was a lot of cities that were really intriguing. Now, obviously, we went to St. Petersburg, Russia. The food wasn't very good, but I'll tell you, there were some unique buildings, which was kind of cool. Anytime you get asked to go play for your country, you try to step up as long as you're healthy and you can be a factor for your team and your country. You got to go, and we did it. I was talking to my wife the other day. I think it was 7 times in a row we went. Yeah, 11 or something overall. But I wouldn't change it for the world. We got to see different countries. Speak a little of their language, try to understand with them, and obviously got to play the game that I love, and got a few gold medals out of it, and got to meet guys around the league, which is so much fun. My first year was in Norway in '99, and Adam Graves was my roommate, and I'll tell you, there's a first class man right there. Guy that has done very well in the NHL and still continues on with I believe the Rangers, and I just sort of just watching guys like that and how they conduct themselves on and off the ice, and you just those things rub off, and I soaked all that in.
I know the Olympics are one thing, but do the guys take it that serious, like the Spengler Cup and things like that when they go over there? Is it party time?
And the Worlds.
In the Worlds and all that? Explain the mindset going into it. Are half the guys in it, half the guys aren't?
Yeah, I mean, at the first few games, you got the few lead-up exhibition games, and then you got the round-robin games that you're crushing teams at times. And then there's times where it's okay, they're coming to play. It's because everybody gets up for Team Canada or Team USA now. So, I mean, yeah, you're enjoying yourself, but then you're also, all right, we got to buckle in here, find a way to settle in and make sure that we're doing the right things. And like I said, when you have guys that, and Adam Graves, and next few years was, Joe Thornton was there, and then we had, Rick Nash. We played together a couple times. Bullmeister, he was around. I mean, all these type of players that they're leaders in their own teams, and then you bring them together, and you okay, guys, we got to settle in and make sure we're doing the right things here, so we can, try to win a cup or a gold medal, so that we can be well representing our country.
Hey, let's talk about the new Bud Light Seltzer.
Oh, yeah.
It's an easy drinking hard seltzer that comes in 4 delicious fruit flavors. Black cherry, strawberry, lemon lime, and Cam's favorite, mango.
Oh,
With
mango.
only 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and less than a gram of sugar, you might as well have a few tonight or this weekend. Go to BudLight.com to buy Bud Light Seltzer online. Must be 21 years of age or older. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Yeah.
Now, back to the interview. So, listen, they called you Captain Canada for a reason. It seems like you never said no. You can tell us if you ever turned them down. But why did you say yes every time? I know you just kind of alluded to the fact that anytime you're asked to represent your country, you go. But were there times at the end of the season where maybe you were a little bit banged up and you said, you know what, I just don't want to go this year? Like, did you take your family with you every year? Was it like a big family vacation, a family trip? Like, why did you do it so many times? Because most guys, they say, you know what, I've already done it enough. I don't have to do it anymore.
My wife wants me at home right now.
What made you want to do it so much?
You know what? You got to, early on, obviously and I still have a passion for the game, but early on in my career, it was like, this obviously trains your body to be playing this time of the year anyways. You should be playing in the Stanley Cup Finals or leading up to it in the playoffs. And unfortunately, our team didn't make the playoffs very often in Edmonton of the first few years. Or if we did, we squeaked in and got knocked out, and you're going over again. So, yes, there was one time that I had a fishbowl going into the end of the season and then playoffs. So I broke my jaw. I'm wearing this thing, and obviously we got knocked out of the playoffs, and then Team Canada asked, and I was like, "Well, honey, I just don't. I can't go with this." She's like, "Okay, whatever you do, I'll support you." And sure enough, I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go." So
broken jaw. Oh, God.
Yeah, I had one of the trainers, modify the helmets that they have over there for the broken jaw, and then I had to wear the visor over there because of the birth year and how it was in the International Ice Hockey Federation. But at the end of the day, it's just training your body and your mind to be playing at that time of the year. And like I said, what a great opportunity to meet other players and play for your country.
Okay, so I mentioned they called you Captain Canada. So did you trademark that? Like, what kind of opportunity
I want a T-shirt.
Did that give you in Canada? And how big of a star were you in Canada because of that? Because even though it's the world's people watch.
Yeah. Pierre LeBrun was the guy that started it.
Okay.
And I think it was the third year I got asked. I think it was we were in Finland or Sweden, one of the two. And he had said, why do you keep doing it? Why do you keep coming? Why don't you give another kid another opportunity? It's like they keep asking me, and I love the game, and I want to be a part of this. And, Captain Canada, you just keep, and that's how it started from there. And, it's all Pierre LeBrun. Should I have trademarked it? I don't know, maybe. But Shane Doan was another guy that obviously answered a lot of the calls too. So, it's in our blood.
If you were to trademark that, you'd have 12 acres in Nashville.
No shit. Seriously. Hey, it's not too late.
Shoot.
It's not too late for that. And all these young guys, they don't want to go. Even like when they're 20, 21, they're like, you know what? I
got video games.
I've got video games and golf to play. They don't even want to go. It's crazy. But listen, when you left Edmonton the first time and you went to the Islanders, you got emotional. I've seen videos of you getting emotional when you're calling
crying
it quits.
Ryan,
I know. Is that what they call you? Crying.
Yeah, crying Ryan.
But
trademark that.
But why was it so emotional for you to leave Edmonton?
Well, I think obviously growing up in Alberta, Banff, and the Oilers being my childhood hero team, and then drafted by them, all these things that one thing after another relate into each other, and I just felt that I didn't want to leave, and the amount of money that it was turned out to be wasn't a significant amount overall, and I think it was just the way it had transpired, and Kevin Lowe had said he'd talked to me before he ever traded me, and that never happened, and it was a whole lot of everything, because like I said, I felt like when I skated around, whether it be warm up or when I'm bearing down in the corner, I felt like I knew every single fan, and they were rooting for us like there was no tomorrow. And I appreciated the hard work, earned money that these guys made to buy tickets to come watch us play, and I just wanted to leave it all out there for them, and I just felt like I was losing so many people when that happened, but I know it was a business, and I get it, and time was tough. There's water under the bridge with Kevin and I, and that's life in the professional sporting world.
You say knowing every fan. If you played for Arizona, you probably would, actually, now that I think about it. I do want to get to your Jofa helmet and those white skates. I mean, like, you see it. Like, what made you wear the Jaffa? I call it the Jaffa now. It's so old school, and there's no protection, really. So what's the point of that? I know Chaser want to look tough, but why'd you do it?
There's a cork on the top of it. That's it. Just a thin layer of cork. And that's it. There's maybe a little pad on each side of the sweat brow, but no. It was regrets. It's all the regrets, mess. Kevin Lowe. I think who else is Mike Bossy used it. But those guys really made it for me, and when I got my hands on it, I was like, I want to wear one. And I just like those sticks that the Easton Synergies that Gretz used to use,
Easton Aluminum,
the old
baby.
wooden Titans, the aluminums, and the wooden Titans, the green, red and white ones. That's how it all transpired. The white skates, where did I get that? I think that was probably more so Sergei Fedorov.
Yes. Nike, baby. 1997?
He was like 91. Or maybe,
that was
97.
No, he did the Nike thing.
Maybe.
All whited out. That was pretty sick.
I felt like I was faster. I don't know. Maybe it's because my skates were lighter and whiter.
Yeah.
Stick out.
You're lucky Andy Murray wasn't your coach. He would have painted those black like he did to David Perron when he was a rookie. Although, was Andy Murray ever your coach? Was he your coach at the Worlds?
Yeah, he was 1 year. Yeah.
How'd you like him?
He was all right. I didn't mind him. He was the attention to detail, I'll tell you, with his board work and all that kind of stuff was maybe a little over the top for my likings.
The paper. Everybody bitched about him sending you a paper at like 6 o'clock in the morning. He'll slide
underneath your door.
Everybody complained about that. I'm like, fuck that. I want to know what's up. I liked it. Have your coffee. It is what it is.
Big Walt with stuffed towels down there, so he couldn't put it through to get it into the room.
Oh, Walt tortured Andy Murray. He tortured him. It was actually quite funny.
Hey, so listen. So growing up, having the Oilers be your hometown team, and then I know you wanted to finish your career there, which you did. Like, what was that like, though, playing there, having watched, Gretzky and Messier and all those guys, and then, you're breaking records, power play goals and stuff like that on the same list as some of these guys. Was it ever overwhelming for you? Were you ever able to sit back and truly enjoy the moment and think about the situation that you were in?
Yeah, it's still surreal. I mean, honestly, when you put me in companies of the Gretzes and the Messes and the Andersons and the Coffees and it's just really mind-blowing. I mean, I have a nice memorabilia room that I had up in Edmonton, and now I have it stored in my garage. I got a nice workout and memorabilia room in my garage that I'm putting together. And, you start to reflect on things like that. And then obviously when you get a little birdie and talking about it like you guys, and it is honestly surreal, and it wouldn't change the world. I love every minute of playing the game, whether it be with the Oilers or whether it would be Islanders and Colorado and LA. And I mean, it was the best game in the world. I had so much fun doing it. Made a great living, but I felt free on the ice, and that was a great thing for me.
Cam and Strick Podcast here for our boy Dan Bellman with Bellman.com.
Yeah, baby.
You need some new wheels? Why not get a Cadillac, a Buick, a GMC? Yeah. Head out to Troy today. And again, don't forget about Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram right across the street.
No doubt.
Right there in Troy, Missouri. Visit them online. Check out their new selection, the pre-owned selection, the best service you will find anywhere in the country. Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the summer.
Yeah.
Now back to the interview. I can get you a Jansen jersey, by the way.
It's going to cost you money.
To put in that memorabilia room. Okay?
I would take it. Actually, I collect sticks, so I can do a stick.
You don't want my stick.
He didn't use a stick.
You don't want my stick.
He didn't have one.
It was on the ice all the time.
Hey, who bought your house in Edmonton? I saw it was listed for like $7.5 million. It was all over the internet, so I'm not just like saying something.
An oil man did.
But who bought that? And who built that rink? He's got like a full-size rink in his backyard. Like, how did you ever leave that house?
It's not full. It's not full size. It's 40 by 80, nice size, perfect for working on the little game side of things. But no, it's not sold yet. So put a little extra out there. That would be great. It's a guy's renting it right now. A buddy of mine.
Drysdale?
No. Actually, you know what? I should actually tap into him now that he's in there.
Well, I heard McDavid's building a house, but he had some issues with his builder, so he might be able to get in there. But like, in all seriousness, would you go out there and I could see you skating at like 11 o'clock at night after practicing earlier in the day and preparing for the game the next day?
Getting back from World Championship, coming back and skating.
Would you use your rink?
If the ice wasn't melted, I would still do it. Yep. Oh,
do you still play in that? You play in that senior AAA league? What is that? And are you done with that? Good God.
Yes.
Jesus, Ryan.
Okay, I got to tell the story here. The reason why I did it was, I've been fortunate to, we talked about the going overseas, playing World Championships, all this kind of stuff. That was the only Hockey Canada thing that I hadn't won. It was the men's senior hockey, the Allen Cup, they call it.
Yeah.
So I had won Olympic gold medals, the World Championships, World Juniors, Spengler Cup, and obviously this would have put the icing on the cake. So when I had one of my business partners up there in Canada, he actually owns him and his brother. He own the Seattle Thunderbirds. And then they also they own the Spruce Grove Saints and the Stony Plain Eagles, which is the team that we played for in the senior hockey. And he one day asked me if I would like to be a part of it. I was like, sure, yeah, I'll play. I'll lace them up. I mean, I love it. I didn't know how. I knew my older brother played in it. He played down in Bentley with the Generals, the Bentley Generals at the time, and. I knew the league, but I didn't know that it was like full on. I'm going right after the best players on the ice. Some goons are doing that, So unfortunately, I got clipped after I scored a goal and knocked me out. And I came back 2 weeks later because I didn't want to quit on my teammates, and came back, and unfortunately, we lost in Game 6 to go to the Allen Cup.
Oh, you came back?
You came back from that?
Well, first off, the guy that hit you.
Oh my God!
He played
the love of the game.
He played it. I had to look him up today too because I didn't know who he
Kyle
was.
Sheen.
Yeah. So he played some games in the UHL. I used to broadcast in the old UHL. I was trying to think if I remembered him. But and he played, I think, for Kootenay maybe he played 5 years in the WHL. So he may be the all-time leader in games played.
Do you get paid in that league?
He possibly.
No.
In the Allen Cup.
Yeah.
I think Terry Yake, a guy here locally,
That's
he's gone back there, and I think they've won the championship. It's kind of a
Scotty
big
Upshall too. Maybe?
Is it a big deal? It's a big deal, isn't it?
It is a big deal. Yeah, for they take it really serious, and obviously there's not. I mean, they do under the table. You're not supposed to pay guys, but they do under the table.
What'd you get?
Guys.
What'd you get?
Yeah, really.
Nothing.
250?
No, they're not even gas money. I didn't want it. I just wanted to play.
How do you feel right now, man? Like, again, you played so much hockey in your career, and you've taken hits. Like, how's your head? How's your body? Anything that's you're struggling with?
Yeah, I get a little tightness in my back. Every once in a while, you have to take my time getting out of bed. But no, for the most part, I'm pretty healthy. I mean, yes, I had knees, ankles, shoulders, just like a lot of the other players. But my head, I every once in a while, my head gives me a little bit of headaches. But for the most part, I'm very fairly healthy, and I keep myself in decent shape. I still play just for fun.
Hey,
so it's good.
You can still wheel around.
Yeah, can he? I'm sure he can.
He can.
Got the flow going.
He was pissed at us down at Nashville.
Yeah, you had some good battles.
Oh, you guys took it to another level. I mean, you guys,
sure
every player I played. Oh, jeez.
I know. He's getting so pissed.
Hey,
I was a little upset.
That is the Cam way. Now, because Chaser was upset from what I understand.
It was Scotty Nickel. That was the Scotty Nickel. It wasn't Cam.
Thank you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fill us in. What was Scotty Nickel? Was he on your team?
Yes.
Oh.
We drafted well.
Okay. I could see Scotty pissing you off.
That was just one of those. We do fantasy camp down.
Every second shift, he's out there backdoor tapping it in, and I'm like, come on, give the other guy some chance.
He's chirping everybody. Like, these poor guys couldn't even oh, fuck.
Riding a stick in front of the bench, and we got guys that come from Canada that are excited to play, and you're trying to set them up backdoor too, and Scotty Nichols back checking, Janner's back checking. I'm like, you guys never did this in the NHL. What are you guys doing now?
Oh, it's so funny.
That's awesome.
Chaser gave us a whacking after that.
Hey, but the Sheen guy, did he ever call you and apologize? Like, I mean, and did you get up off the ice eventually, or did you need like a stretcher? Like, how did it play out? Because the video stops.
Yeah, I was out for 2 minutes, and the lady trainer came out, and she saw that I was choking on my blood. She turned me to the side, and I finally came to it. If she didn't, I probably would have been done on the ice right then and there.
Oh, my God. I saw her running. She ran like a 4.240 to get to you.
She did.
She was like in a hurry, and I'm like, is somebody going to grab her so she doesn't fall and slip?
Good for her.
Yeah.
Give her a shout out.
Hire her.
No shit.
One of my business partners, Lindsay LeKelt, is my buddy. He's the ones that owns the team, and he had to sign a waiver because I said to those guys, I was in the dressing room and I said, I'm not going to Red Deer because we were in Lacombe, and Red Deer is only 15 minutes. I said, we got to go back to. We got to go back to Edmonton. I'll see our doctors up there in Edmonton. I don't want to go to Red Deer. And sure enough, he had to sign a waiver to drive me back to the hospital because if something happened legally, then he was for it. I said, sign it, please. My wife will, no problem. Everything will be fine. And all I had to do is get to the hospital, and then they were doing all the CT scans and everything up there. And obviously I had connections with our doctors from the Oilers. Helped me out too. So I didn't want to go to another, and actually my mom and dad live in Red Deer, but I just didn't know the ins and outs of all the doctors down there, and I just felt more secure up there. But so they had driving up from Lacombe up to Edmonton, I was half in and half out of it. And I just, when they get me to the ER, and it was 4:30 in the morning by the time we got out of there with all the scans, and my lip was three or four different lips. I was exploded. It was gross. It wasn't fun.
Oh my God! Hey, you probably
is that kid still alive?
Yeah, I think
they didn't fucking jump him.
I mean, did they fight on the ice or no? Because the video stops.
No.
Like I said.
So they tried to get on the refs.
No penalty on the play, right? No penalty on the play.
None. No.
He got suspended for 16 games, but no penalty.
God,
he got suspended for a year and a half.
Oh, he did.
He did, but a year and a half wasn't long enough, in my opinion.
No.
He did try to reach out to me, but that was such a gutless play. I didn't even acknowledge. I wasn't about to go there.
You played 1,200 games in the show. Settle down, dude.
Oh my God.
I was just trying to play for the love of the game. Enhance the league a little bit, and just have some fun out there. Hey, I get it. Hitting is part of the game, but let's do it clean here.
That was
crazy.
That was crazy.
Cam made a living doing that type of stuff as a player, but he would never do that.
Oh my God.
In a men's league game or a senior cup game ever.
Cam, I honestly wish you were on the ice at the time.
Oh, he would have killed him.
Oh my God, I wish I was too. I really do.
Scott Parker actually reached out the next day and he says, "Do you want me to come?"
Wow! You're loading up.
Oh my God! How's he doing, by the way? Is he doing okay? I haven't seen much on Scotty Parker. He's a good guy, I heard.
Yeah, he's an unreal guy. A great teammate. Because I got knocked out in Colorado, and he came to the hospital, and it's a psych hospital. You couldn't. Nobody can just get in. So he waited till 1:30 in the morning when my wife and I walked out, and he said, "Smitty, are you okay?" He wanted to make sure I was all right before he went left. I'm sorry I wasn't there to protect you there. And, like, he felt bad. Like, that was great teammate, just like you, Janner.
Wow.
Like, I wish I would have had a guy like you on that senior hockey. But
hey, you got to make sure. Hey, listen, here's the deal. If any of those teams up there, if you're going to bring on a ringer who played 1,200 games, had almost 400 goals, whatever, you better make sure you have some protection on the ice. Okay?
Yeah, help enhance the game.
Especially when you know you're playing against, what's his name again? Shine?
Wow, fuck.
I can't remember. It's not Shine.
Andy Strickland and Cam Jansen here for you for GadgetBuyback.com. Yeah. Gadget Lab, they got a store here locally if you're in St. Louis, 5541 Telegraph Road. Here's the deal. You got an old phone, maybe a cracked tablet. Maybe it's perfect, but it's a little bit older. Turn it in right now. www.gadgetbuyback.com. Upgrade your devices, phones, computers, watches.
Anything.
Doesn't have to be Apple either.
No.
Get those tablets turned in. Again, www.gadgetbuyback.com, 877-772-8880. Now back to the interview.
Yeah.
Oh. It's not Shine.
Yeah. We'll edit that out.
Hey, when you went back to Edmonton, though, like they had all these first-round picks, okay?
Yeah.
Were you ever wondering, like, okay, what are we doing here? Like,
here?
Who's drafting this guy or that guy?
Yakupov.
Let's talk a little Nail Yakupov. Did you think right away he was going to be a great player, or this was not going to play out the way that it was supposed to play out?
Well, honestly, I quite thought that they were going to take Murray because they needed a defenseman. They had enough forwards. They had Nugent Hopkins, Taylor Hall, the young guys they've already had, and we just needed some defensemen. And that was the talk of, management. That was the talk of the media, and then they go after Nail Yakupov. And I think it was Daryl Cates at the time really liked him. And when the owner speaks up, that's what he gets. And actually, he's a great kid. He works really hard. I just don't think he fit into the Oilers system, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
or anybody else's system.
He played here for a year, and he actually is a great guy. And I remember
a good kid.
Watching him, just like in a summer skate, maybe a day or two before training camp started. And, he looks like a guy out there in that type of situation. Like, he can shoot the puck. I mean, he gets around the ice pretty well. Like, okay, I can see how he dominated.
Berkey said he had one of the worst draft interviews
I know.
ever.
I found that interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
but I mean, then you had Taylor Hall and Nuge. When I came back from L.A. for my last year of that Colorado deal, at this time they were wanting, sort of the changing of the guard, so to speak, these guys to step up and be leaders. And they weren't totally ready yet at that time. So I was like, okay, this is a great opportunity for me to, develop these kids into leadership roles, And I don't know what it was at the time. It just clashed. It didn't click. And unfortunately, I said goodbye after the next 3 years or 2 years, and because they said to me they wanted to either they weren't going to sign me back, and I said, okay, well, if you have any time to move me, because I want to try to go win a cup, and then it didn't pan out, and sure enough, I said goodbye.
How'd you get back to Edmonton? Was LA, were they willing to work with you on that, or because you had a couple good years there where you were scoring some goals?
Yeah, they it was 2 years there, and they had a decent team, and then they went on to win the cup the next year after they traded me.
Right.
And brought in Carter from Philly. And yeah, I at the time, I guess we wanted to come back to Edmonton and lay some roots down and say goodbye to the game not too long after that. And that's how it unfolded.
Do you pay attention to the NHL a lot now? And if you do, were you like Andy and I a couple months ago thinking there's no way that the NHL is going to pull this off? And look at it now. The guys are in the hub cities. They're going to be locked down, and they're going to play. They're going to play. But 2 months ago, I'm like, there's no fucking way in hell.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, I was surprised. I do watch it quite a bit. My son, he's a big Joe Pavelski fan, so I like to watch games with him, and he sort of ask questions along the way, so it's kind of fun for me. But I didn't think 2 months ago, because to be quite honest, we were skating with some of the Preds in a private rink, and they were gung ho, but there was still uncertainty, and then more and more started to come out, and then they had to go and check in and do their testing and stuff. So we lost all of those guys, and we just started to have a few pickup games with some of the other kids that were around the area. But I'm a big hockey nut, and watching these guys develop and grow and play, and obviously every kid has a dream, and my boy has a dream of playing there. So hopefully one day he will.
Listen, I hope your kid's good enough to play in the World Juniors, and he plays for Team USA, okay? That's what I hope for.
You know what? He is born in Denver, so there is a possibility that could happen.
Captain Canada's son playing for Team USA. Hey, we've seen it plenty of times here, obviously, with Al McInnes' son and some others.
Right.
So he wouldn't be the first. But I think it's great what you're doing in Nashville, and having to be so close to St. Louis and seeing St. Louis hockey get to where it is right now. I mean, do you see that with Nashville? How many guys like you are down there, doing your thing to truly, and we talked to Lubos, and I know JP Dumont's there, but I mean, are there enough guys there to truly get it to an elite level?
Well, my whole focus and just observing for the last 2 years is the AAA model is a multi-city model. So they have got players from Atlanta, Knoxville, Alabama, and they come in. And my whole goal is to do a Nashville based only for the higher ends or at all levels. But so this year we've elected to play AA, so to speak, and we got quite a few AAA players playing AA because they don't want to be a part of the multi-city model. And we just feel that you could practice together, you can get those weekly skates and work on stuff as team concept, whereas the multi-city model, you don't get that opportunity and during the week because you only have 6 or 7 players from Nashville, and only 6 or 7 from Atlanta, and then a couple from Knoxville and Huntsville or whatever. So you don't get those weekly skates, and I think you miss out so much on that for a team side of sports.
No doubt about it.
So I do think it's coming, and we're not too far off.
Yeah, okay. Hey, last thing from me, but you've accomplished so much in your hockey career. I know you never won a Stanley Cup, and I'm sure that still bothers you to this day, even though there's nothing you can do about it. But what is your best and greatest hockey memory? Is it the Olympics in 2002, or is it something different?
Yeah, that would be up there for sure. I will never forget, obviously, my first NHL game and my last. Those were ones that stand out. And, not very often you get a farewell goodbye like I did. And then you get the Vancouver Canucks coming back out and showing the respect that they did, and the refs and the fans and obviously my teammates at the time. So the game gave me so much. I'm just so grateful to play as long as I did, There were so many great memories that I'll never forget, but those are the highlight ones. You never want to forget those.
Right on, man.
And you won't.
No, you won't
ever forget them.
And we'll never forget that Jofa helmet and those white skates.
That's right. And that hair. Cam normally comments on everybody's hair. He hasn't said much about your
I
flow.
already talked about it in Nashville with him. He knows.
Listen, thanks for doing this, man, and hopefully we'll see you in St. Louis. Down the road.
Yeah,
here.
you know what? We're trying to plan on getting connected with some of those guys up there.
What year is your son? What year? What birthday?
He's an 08. He's an 08.
Oh, good. Yep. So you got to call Neil Komodowski. We'll make that happen.
Oh boy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll connect them.
There you go.
Great.
Well, we see you up here. We'll see you down in Nashville eventually anyway, man, because we love going down to that town, and we'll definitely hit you up. So appreciate you coming on, Ryan.
You do it. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Right on,
Take care.
Bye
you
now.
too. That was Ryan Smyth on the Cam and Strick Podcast, man. I'm glad we got him on, dude. He's a cool dude,
Great guy. Had a great career. Still could play, man. Still could fly around. Play with him down in Nashville.
Could you imagine playing in like senior men's hockey and someone just comes over and just rocks you?
I'm surprised that guy's still alive. I'm surprised somebody in Canada didn't honestly kill the guy.
Who did he say was calling him up and said, "Hey, do you need me to come play?"
Oh, that was right. Somebody, yeah.
You don't know.
A couple heavies. I think a couple heavies called him.
He said like the guy.
Was it McIntyre?
Parker, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, Scotty. Yeah, I think it was Mac because I think they played in Edmonton
Parker.
together. Yeah, you want to get a couple of those motherfuckers out? Come on out.
Did you ever think about playing in the Allen Cup?
No. I don't. Look, I don't want to play in tournaments that guys could hit me because I'm not going to hit them. Because what the fuck am I going to do? Go run some kid I've done that. Doesn't make me look cooler. Makes me look like a jackass.
And you love the game too.
I love the game.
You would have no interest in playing in like a competitive tournament.
No, because somebody's going to come after me, and it's just a lose-lose for me, man. Am I going to fight some guy and he's going to catch me with a bomb?
It's not going to be that much fun for you.
Not at all. I like to go out there and dominate against you, Tom Stillman, Billy DeWitt III, Andy McDonald, all the Blues alumni. Let's go play. We chirp each other. We drink beer afterwards. I don't want some guy running me because it makes him look cool.
Do you think you could flip a switch? If you had to fight, you could fight right now?
1,000,000%.
Have you ever come close?
Off the ice?
No. On the ice. Post-career.
Oh, I want to kill Losey every time I play against him. I want to fight him.
You get really mad.
Oh, I don't know.
No, that's what I mean.
I'll whack him.
Have you ever gotten that mad though that you almost?
Nah, no one. No,
That's
I
good.
know.
I like
we know
that
everybody.
answer. I like
No,
that
I'm
answer.
trying to
No.
think. I'm like, no,
You're not that guy.
Even when we go to these fantasy camps, like everybody's happy and funny, and
except Ryan Smyth.
Except for Ryan, but,
Jesus,
he
wasn't happy.
Because that's because of Scotty Nichols. I call him Sparky. Scotty Nichols is chirping and back checking, and we're scoring every 2 seconds. And people pay a lot of money to go to those things, so it's like I feel like they get
you loaded up.
Oh well, we paid for it. I didn't pay for it, but my buddies paid for it. Spent fucking $400,000 on it. Fly private jet, put us all up. Spend money. They pay us money to do this. It's like we got to give them the experience. If you're going to pay money to go to a fantasy camp, I'm not going to let you have the puck. Get it from me. They fucking get it from me. I'm not even that good. Get it from me. Like shit.
Yeah, no, that was good, man. All right, good to
That's
have
why you don't
Ryan
get invited
Smyth.
down.
And now he lives in Nashville. You never know where you're going to find these guys.
A lot of guys live in Nashville, dude.
Yep. It's like the new Vegas. What is it? The new what?
New Vegas.
Kinda.
I don't want it to be New
Although
Vegas.
Listen, he's lived in some amazing places. He grew up in Banff, I believe.
Dude, if you're going to live in Nashville,
LA,
you walk to one bar, there's a beautiful
Colorado,
dime piece on a
Nashville.
guitar. Go to another bar, there's a beautiful dime piece on a guitar. Go to another bar. Guess what's there? A beautiful dime piece. That's blonde hair staring at you, singing into your soul. You're like, oh my.
He loved L.A., though. He thought he was going to stay in L.A.
L.A., they're you can wheel these chicks in Nashville. L.A., you got to have fucking $1 billion in the bank. Fucking talk to you.
That's true.
Fuck that. They're down to earth in Nashville.
A lot of money in Nashville now, though, dude.
Fuck yeah, but they're down to earth, man. That's a Midwest.
I don't think he's looking to wheel. Like he's got.
I'm not talking about him. I'm just saying, like L.A. Everybody's like, I'm snooty. We're down in Nashville, like, oh, how you doing there? And like, hey, what's up? I don't know.
All right.
If that makes any sense.
That was cool to have Ryan Smyth on, though.
Yeah,
Brought to you by CarShield and CarShield.com. 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. You'll save 10%. Again, 800-857-2481. Don't get left out in the cold. You have some issues with the car. Make sure you're protected with CarShield and CarShield.com. Of course, GadgetBuyback.com. There's also GadgetLabMobile.com. I don't want to confuse you. If you're looking for the storefront in St. Louis, go to GadgetLabMobile.com. Otherwise, check out GadgetBuyback.com. If you're looking to trade in an old phone or tablet, did you break your phone? Do you need to get it repaired, or maybe you're in the market for a new device? They will pay top dollar for your old devices. 877-772-8880. Of course, Bud Light Seltzer Cam.
Oh, man, dude. I'm craving one right now. I told you I don't drink during the day anymore. Well, now I might.
Only 100 calories.
Only 100 calories. Let's go.
No doubt. 100 calories, 5% alcohol, less than a gram of sugar.
Yeah.
Have a couple tonight. Have a couple over the weekend, man.
Yeah, man.
This
Be
is
safe and do it.
This is great to have Bud Light Seltzer on board with us. 4 delicious fruit flavors: black cherry, strawberry, lemon lime, and of course Cam's favorite, mango.
Give me some of that mango.
Why you
baby.
like mango the most?
I don't know. It's good. It's tasty.
Not a whole lot of
Crush those
sugar
damn
in there,
things.
which means you won't have a hangover either.
Oh, thank you, Lord. I wake up sometimes, I'm like, oh, God, Kate, help me. And I suck it up the rest of the day, Andy.
Bud
I
Light
suck it up.
Seltzer, the official seltzer of the Cam and Strick podcast. Hockeytraining.com. Parents out there, make sure you get your kids set up with the right instruction. It's not
Yeah,
just
the
about having a
right-
trainer,
there it
but
is.
it's a trainer who knows what they're doing.
Exact. Hockey specific, too.
Yes.
Again, don't just drop your kids off at the Good Gold Gym. There you go. Go on. They're not doing shit. They don't know what to do. This is perfect for them. Perfect for them. Help them enhance. And even if you're a little bit older, help you out with these men's league skates. Again, don't walk into a fucking men's league where they're all looking at you like you jack
See,
off.
men's leagues change. Just because you're a men's league player doesn't mean you have to stop training.
No,
It's
exactly.
actually time to start training.
I know. Don't you want the guys to like you more? Like, honest to God, the worse you are as a player, the worse the guys don't like you. I don't give a shit if you walk in with fucking cake and beer. We already have beer in the locker room.
Cake.
You better bring more shit in. You better pay for everybody's shit if you're that shitty.
Hey, but get the whole team to sign up. You can guys, you can have
You do it
virtual
together.
training sessions.
You'll dominate everybody in the league.
Seriously.
And then fucking beak them the whole time that
You're
we
like,
fucking
dude, you're
train,
in great
baby.
shape this
Yeah.
year. What'd you do? Hockeytraining.com.
Hockeytraining.com. Simple.
The fuck you think I
Thank
did?
you. That's why I got 6 today.
Hockeytraining.com. Be sure to check that out. Of course, Bellman.com, BEHLMANN.com. Are you in the market for a new car, maybe a pre-owned car? Their pre-owned cars, by the way, are incredible. So be sure to check those out. Bellman.com, Troy, Missouri, Cadillac, Buick, GMC on one side of the street. It's so easy. You can just cross the road.
Yeah.
And you're at Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. It's like car heaven over there with Bellman Automotive. Again, BEHLMANN.com. You don't have to be in Missouri either. Check it out, man. They'll get the car to you.
Yeah, man. They'll hook you
You
up.
want a car, they will get it to you no
They
matter
will.
where you're at. Bellman.com. Tell them we sent you from the Cam and Strick podcast. And, of course, Cope24. What up,
Yeah,
girl?
What up, Renee? Girl,
we love
what's
you,
up?
girl.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Cope24 and Cope24.com, changing our parenting experience. They've got a huge event coming up later on this year in 2020.
We're going to hook them up with that,
And
too.
we are going to hook
You're
them up.
damn
And we'll
right.
tell you about that as we move along. All right, this has been episode number 61 of the Cam and Strick podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, at Cam and Strick Pod. Check out our videos that come out every Wednesday. We'll have more videos coming out as we continue on throughout the course of the play-in round and the Stanley Cup playoffs as well, from the bubbles in Toronto and Edmonton. So we'll have lots of stuff going on right here on the Cam and Strick podcast.